Hello and welcome to this Wake Up Podcast. I'm Ben Kaysen here with the guys from Rowdy Performance here in Pueblo, Colorado. Guys, how you doing today?
We're good.
Doing good.
Good. Glad to see you guys. Sorry, we got 2 microphones, 3 dudes. It's going to be a good experiment. Going to be fun. So I'm here with Jonathan Farley, David Weingartner, and Matthew Fetty. So you guys, let's just go around and talk about who you are and what your role is with Rowdy Performance. So I guess we'll start with you.
Okay. Well, I'm now current owner. I'm actually Matt's nephew. He originally started the business 2010 or so. And about 3 or 4 years ago, he handed the business over to me and started changing different directions. It was mainly automotive. Then we switched to machine work, fabricating, and trying to build an online presence, set up a performance e-commerce website. So we're kind of a jack of all trades, master of none, very, very blessed.
Cool. That's
Family based.
Awesome. Family based. Yeah. Okay, cool.
My turn?
Yeah, we'll go with you now. Yeah.
So probably at the beginning of this year, I would say.
Yeah.
I actually only knew David from riding dirt bikes. And that's how we met and started to come around the shop a little bit more. And, we started talking about trying to get a social media presence rolling, trying to get it out there, get more people to know what is it that he does. And
yeah.
So finally, beginning of this year, he decided to take me on, put me under his wing, and ever since then we've been trying to grow his social media presence and as much as I can organically, which is not as easy as if
it's
you pay
tough.
for it.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of the posting, a lot of the videos, a lot of engagement with the customers, and just trying a lot of different platforms, trying a lot of different methods, seeing what works. And then they started teaching me a lot of the machines, and now I'm starting to learn more and more how to make stuff, how to draw everything up, and it's a pretty neat process.
Do you like that?
I do. It is fun. Probably the best thing I've got to do.
That's awesome. That's great to hear.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, and then we'll go with you.
I'm Matthew Fetty, and I guess you could say I started this whole mess. We started out in automotive repair and specializing in diesel, 6-liter Power Stroke stuff initially. And that's what basically started the drag racing portion of it. We have a drag truck that's called the Punisher. We run a 6-liter Power Stroke. It's a lot different than most applications. We do Pro Charger other than turbos and lots of nitrous. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it is very loud. But more importantly, I think we've got a really good thing going here. I do the machining side of things, so I do a lot of the drawings of the models and fixturing and figuring out tooling and stuff like that. Dave takes care of all the welding and figuring out how to get stuff put together and where it won't come back apart. And then Jonathan, he's really doing a good job getting us out there on the social networks, promoting our business and trying to help us grow. I think it's a good combination between the three of us.
Is that all you guys have? Just you 3, or is there more people involved?
You're looking at the whole team.
That's it. This is the whole team. I love it. That's awesome. So you said the Punisher for the name of your car, and you got Team Fetty. Is that the Punisher on your shirt?
It is.
I love it.
A friend of mine from Denver designed the logo on the back and put the artwork to it for us. So his name's Chuck Summers.
Okay. And so do you drive, Matt? You drive it as well?
I do. I do most of the wrenching and driving and figuring out how to make oddball stuff work on it.
So give me like the craziest story of like a race or a drive that you did.
Oh,
I'm sure there's plenty.
It's hard to nail that one down.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of fun. We've been all over the place, Oklahoma, Texas, racing here locally. And it's been a very challenging endeavor because we do things different. Normal application would use turbos to generate boost. We don't. We use a Pro Charger and a lot of nitrous to make up for what the Pro Charger can't do. So it's been a very big learning curve to get it set up. We've got some big changes coming down the pipe this winter. Next year we should come out swinging. So hopefully everything works out good, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun this next year.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. So give me an idea, guys, of like, what does Rowdy Performance do? What does Rowdy Performance entail all total?
So the drag truck's a good reference, or I don't know how you want to say it, but a statement of what we can do, because everything on that truck's been machined in-house, from valve covers to intake to the gear drive that runs the Pro Charger.
Yeah.
So we're more not your everyday head and block kind of machine shop. It's more of the custom side of things. Like I said, we mainly did diesel and really specialized in that, and got a good understand how all that works. So that's at the moment kind of what we cater to, but we also offer stuff for gas motors. I mean, we've made anything custom we can make. You can dream it, we can make it.
Cool. All right.
So.
If you can dream it, we can make it. I like that. So can you guys tell me like a crazy story of like a weird request that somebody made that you guys made happen?
We've made everything from bicycle brackets for a 10-speed all the way to the craziest thing that you can imagine on a motor. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty big spectrum to really nail down. But
Yeah.
we've done a lot of different things, from simple fab work to extravagant. It's definitely an art to do what we do.
Absolutely.
And it takes a lot of time to both draw and bring things to reality.
Engineer it.
Yeah. So basically, there's a lot of thought that goes into it. You have to figure out the cause and effects, and hopefully the effects are what you're looking for. At the end of the game, we like to make sure that everything works functionally the way it should, and really tailors to the customer's needs.
That's awesome. So that is a lot going on there. You're making a lot of custom things. Obviously, you have to have a lot of passion to do that. So what got you into it?
Well, from the machining side of it, there's nothing more. It's like instant gratification. You can take a chunk of metal, whether it's steel, aluminum, doesn't matter, and turn it into this very shiny, brilliant part that looks like jewelry for your car or whatever we're building it for.
Yeah.
Most often when we do billet machine work, it's always it looks like a piece of jewelry. And I mean, it comes out so nice. As far as the welding side of it, David, he figures out how to do whatever, from stainless to aluminum to mild steel, doesn't matter. We had a customer that sent us a big Caterpillar head and wanted some intake and exhaust work done on it, and he did a fantastic job putting the welds on it, making swedges to form fit pipe the way we wanted it. There's a lot of work that goes into it.
Kind of in our blood. His dad, our whole family, great grandpa, all the way down, worked at the steel mill here in town. So working with their hands, working with metal.
So you guys have been in Pueblo then for a long time then?
Long time. Yeah. So it, like I say, in our blood, and just been a passion of ours. From working in the garage wrenching to being able to make something for nothing, make something from nothing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I say, we're truly blessed.
That's awesome. That's really cool, you guys. And so obviously you just jumped in the last couple of years, right? So take me through, like, what is it like seeing these two guys at work and like trying to catch up like you're doing?
You know, sometimes it is a little stressful because, you know, I'm still learning. And so it's not as easy just to jump into the game, you know, what these guys can do. You know, it's not just like your everyday job, you know?
Yeah.
Where you can learn it pretty easily. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Like Matt was saying, you know, you got all your different tooling. You have to set up the fixturing for what you're making. You have to draw it up, and, you know.
It's not just pushing buttons.
Right.
It's not just pushing buttons. You're right.
That's the easy part is hitting the go button. It's the process before that, and I don't think people quite understand the intensity of what goes into making a part. And but once you start cutting it down, that's the easy part, and then that's the nice part of it. But the work that goes behind it, it's hard, you know. And you know, I'm learning, and these guys are teaching me a lot, and I think I made really good headway. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, they're both saying, yikes.
For the machine part too. I mean, you got a knowledge base that just isn't there. Obviously we got a big presence in the automotive world, so
Yeah.
we still get customers call us daily asking us, how do you do this? What happens to go to this when this is doing this? Or if they're looking for a part, Johnny just doesn't know because he hasn't been around.
Yeah.
And obviously we want to direct our customer in the best direction, help them the best way we possibly can. And
Sure.
unfortunately, it comes down to you and Uncle Matt.
At this point, I mean, Johnny's getting better, and he's learned a lot.
Good.
And he's teaching us a lot at the same time. He brings something to the table that we don't normally get, which is I'm not a computer guy.
Right.
I mean, I am, but in a whole different aspect. I mean, you give me something that I can draw up a part and put tool paths to it and make it.
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
Sure.
But to get on the social networking and YouTube and Etsy and God, there's a list a mile long of what this guy manages, and he does a good job. And we're learning from him just like he's learning from us. So it's a two-way street. Unfortunately, it's not as easy to learn what I do, and it's not easy to learn what he does. So it's taking some time to integrate
Right.
all three of us in the same puddle.
Sure. Yeah, it's a process. It sounds like you guys are making good headway, though. That's
We're
awesome.
getting there.
Yeah.
that's not all though, really. I mean, we do a lot of the fabrication and the drag racing world, but I mean, we try to offer as most as we can to our customers. So there might not be customers we have that are strictly into cars or racing, but they might be into home decor, and we offer just that too. I mean, we got a plasma table where we can cut out
Really?
art. I mean, whatever you want to put on your wall, or if you want.
Most of our machines are all CNC based, so I mean, possibilities are endless. If you could, like say, dream it, we can make it.
You dream it, we can make it.
It's
And if it'll fit in the machine.
I guess that's a thing, too.
yeah. If you come by our shop, there's no way to expect the capacity of the machines that we have in there. There's a small hole in the wall, mom and pop shop
Yeah.
full of
Serious machines.
serious machines.
That's awesome.
So
I was actually looking at you guys' social media before you came in here. I saw there was some advertising that you guys did for a car show last week. Can you guys tell me about how that went, or how that was?
So it was a dyno event and car show. I don't think really many people showed up for the car show as much as the dyno event, just because our focus isn't really on the car show side of things, so people really don't know us for car show, but they know us for performance.
Absolutely.
So we did have, I mean, how many guys did we have come down? There was
quite a few. It's kind of funny. We actually done a couple dyno events. We picked up dyno not too long ago, and the first go around we had was mainly nothing but diesel. I think we had one gas rig show up, and that's because of the shop across the street. And but the more people know that we got it, more the gas applications started to show up this last go around. So we had quite a few big hitters come. I forget the old boy's name, come from Kansas.
Donald Barr.
There you go.
He's a really good guy.
Yeah.
Donald Barr. He had, what was it, like a 1,200 horsepower naturally aspirated?
Mustang coming.
Mm.
And the Heap, he come in. It's a LS turbo.
Actually, no.
Jeep.
That's first generation
Oh,
small
is it?
block. It's not LS.
Badass, whatever it is. That's another 1,200 horse.
The fastest Jeep in Colorado.
Absolutely.
Made it on Rocky Mountain Race Week. And we actually did some fabrication on it not too long ago,
Oh, wow.
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
So it's kind of been a transition because, like I said, we'd had such presence in the automotive world. So when we switched direction, it was kind of like starting from ground zero, So getting our name out there in the fabrication world has kind of been a little tedious, but it's starting to grow, and we're starting to get more known for what we can do.
That's awesome. Do you guys have any other events coming up like that?
This year is pretty much done.
Sure.
Springtime we'll roll out some more dyno events.
Cool.
get everybody to knock the dust off their cars and bring them down and get them ready for the race season. Hopefully this next year will be a lot less challenging.
Sure, a lot.
With
Yeah,
everything that's going on in the world today. It's been very tough to get races going and just have fun.
yeah. Tell me more about that. So obviously, rough year just in general for a lot of businesses. How's it been affecting you guys?
There's never been a day we don't have nothing to do.
That's good.
That is not the problem.
Good.
Definitely a little different transition in the machine work, just like I said. It got its ups and downs, just like everything. We definitely got our hands full. More and more we're getting known. We got quite a few billet valve covers we're putting together an order list on right now that should turn into a pretty big deal.
Cool.
The nice thing about that is that we're actually, with the help of Jonathan, we're able to reach out a lot further. So we're not relying so much on the local business as we are on the national stage.
Cool.
So we've drummed up some work in North Carolina, Texas, New York.
Wow.
We have people sending us parts that they either want us to modify or duplicate to their taste with slight modifications. And they're coming from all over the place. So we do and are very blessed that people are taking note and seeing what we can do and trusting us to make that happen for them.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Anything else you want to talk about here? We've already gone 16 minutes. Pretty easy.
One thing I was going to note, I mean, obviously we focused a lot on the machine work fabricating side, but
Yeah.
one thing I touched on is we were just getting ready to launch our website. It's going to be full-blown e-commerce. We offer not only our products, but people we're dealers for. You know, over the years being in automotive, we've acquired several aftermarket suppliers,
Yeah.
you know, from turbos to pro chargers to whatever. So we're really going to start getting a name out, and as far as on the online presence like that
Yeah.
as well.
Do you know when that's going to launch?
Hopefully, it's supposed to be in a day, but we're working on the last little bug. So
In a day?
hopefully.
Oh, wow. Congrats, you guys. That's awesome.
So come check us out. It's rowdyperformance.com.
rowdyperformance.com.
Yep.
Sweet. That's awesome. Where else can they go to find you guys?
We're on pretty much every other platform. Facebook.
Speak up, Johnny.
It sounds like that's your thing.
So you can check us out on Facebook. It's Rowdy Performance and Machine. And then our Instagram, it's Rowdy_Performance. We got a YouTube channel. It's Rowdy Performance and Machine as well. That we really haven't touched yet, just because the content's not there yet.
Sure.
We're getting there.
But it's going to build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's harder in the slow or in the winter. It's slower, so it's harder to gain the content that we need.
Sure.
But we also just started a TikTok too.
Oh, really? All right.
And that's growing quite fast.
Yeah.
200 just last night. You know, while we were sleeping.
Wow. All right.
it's going.
That's a big deal.
It's growing pretty quick. And that one's Rowdy Performance as well. So it's all easy to find us. It's all just either Rowdy Performance or Rowdy Performance and Machine.
Cool. And then if somebody wants to call you, or if visit your shop, where you guys at? Where's your address?
So it's 1902 West 18th.
Okay.
So it's on the west side of Pueblo. Little brown shop. Phone number 719-542-0314.
Okay. There we go. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time doing your first podcast. You couldn't tell with you guys. You guys did a really good job, all three of you. So.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Thank you for listening. We'll have more local businesses on this podcast. Be sure to check those out as well. Please go check out Rowdy Performance, all the cool stuff they do. Check out everything they just talked about. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everything else. They're on the way. Make sure you check out all the cool stuff they do. It's pretty awesome. I checked it out before you guys came in here. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.